if you haven't heard already, Adrian Peterson has been traded to the Arizona Cardinals for a conditional 6th-round pick. And if you don't know what conditional means, it basically means that if Adrian Peterson stays on the Cardinals roster until the end of the season, the Saints will receive the 6th-round pick from Arizona. Now, obviously, when you look at Adrian Peterson's time in New Orleans, it was obviously short, especially for a player that signed a 2-year deal. You expect them that he would probably stay a little bit longer than, maybe 4 games. But I kind of know why Adrian Peterson left. And it's for 2 reasons. Number one, this is the reason most people know about it. It's his reps. Obviously, he had to share the backfield with 2 other running backs, Ingram and Kamari, and obviously that's definitely going to be hard. And they did a running back from committee, which definitely is difficult for Adrian Peterson to take. He just felt that he was better than 9 reps and all that. And I know Sean Payton was talking about how they kind of got into a fight on the sideline, and we all saw that on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings. But there's also another reason that not a lot of people talk about. It's because the Saints are a garbage time offense. Yes, the Saints, they might put up the numbers, fantasy owners, they definitely do. However, they're not a roller coaster offense where they can exactly just compete in a roller coaster battle where scores are constantly changing. No, they're a garbage time offense. Their offense kind of gets hot when they're down by 3 touchdowns, and that definitely happens. And partially, it's not entirely their offense fault. Their defense plays some blame for giving up a ton of yardage. However, when I do look at this at the end of the day, you're not really going to run the ball in garbage time a lot. And if you want to try to win the game, you probably would try to pass the ball than run the ball. And Adrian Peterson isn't that much of a passing figure. And now Arizona has the rights to Adrian Peterson. Now, obviously, what happened to the Cardinals is they lost David Johnson for the majority of the season. And when you look at the Cardinals, they're definitely a win-now team. You've got Carson Palmer, who's up there in age. Larry Fitzgerald isn't getting any younger. And if you look across the board, Patrick Peterson is a developed player, and so is Tyrann Mathieu. Still in their 20s, however, they still have they're no spring chickens at all. And then you obviously got Chandler Jones, who's been in the NFL for a while and all of that. They still have some youth, but they also got plenty of older players, especially at the quarterback and receiver position. And I just look at that and think to myself that they want a better run game. And in the ESPN article that I have in the link in below in the description, they talk about how the Cardinals have less than 3 yards per carry, which is bad, and they only average 51 yards per game, which is very, very bad. And when you look at Peterson would definitely help. They're definitely going to give up carries and all of that. Now, Peterson isn't the same what he was in 2015. I definitely think he lost a step. Could he still be a 1,000-yard rusher? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, though, he's probably not even going to reach 1,000. He might get 900, 800 if he's lucky. But, hey, I'm still open up to giving him the 1,000-yard mark just because I give Hall of Fame players or future Hall of Fame players the benefit of doubt that they can still play at a high level. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. I'll just give it to them. And I just look at Peterson. My one concern with him in Arizona is his pass catching ability. They don't really use him as a pass catcher when he was in Minnesota for the entirety of his career. Even when Brett Favre was playing, was in that pass-heavy offense. And same thing with the New Orleans Saints. That's a pass-heavy offense. They love using Darren Sproles a lot, and he was a pass catcher. And they have Mark Ingram, which they love as a pass catcher. And I just look at Peterson. I want to see how his role is as a pass catcher. And obviously, they're desperate right now because Bruce Arians, obviously, he knows his team isn't on. There's no spring chicken. He needs to win. And for a team that had Super Bowl hopes in 2016 and 2017, I had my doubts about them making the playoffs. Now, if you're looking at Seattle and the Rams having a 3-team division, or 3 teams in that division make the playoffs is kind of hard to do, and it's much more rare in the NFC for how much things change in the NFC compared to the AFC. And I just put that in perspective. I think Peterson will do better in Arizona. However, I just don't think he's exactly the reason why they're going to carry them to the playoffs, just because his pass catching ability isn't exactly there. So what do you guys think? Do you think Adrian Peterson will make a big pack in Arizona? Show me your comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.